Police officer is seen at the start of the story, who arrives secretly at location. He steals a bag and leaves. He wanted to sell that bag. After stealing it, he was going to get a heavy amount of this bag. Sitting in a car, he senses the presence of someone in his back. Someone instantly cuts his throat, placing his hand on it. It was no one else but Tiffany. She was the boy of that person whose soul Chucky doll possessed. There were the dismembered parts of Chucky in the bag, so she kills a police officer. Tiffany was sure that Chucky doll still possesses the soul of her friend. She wanted to return it back because of her love. Coming back to the house, she begins to set each part together. She makes it a complete doll while stitching its other parts. But Chucky was looking very frightful here. Tiffany was excited that she had stitched Chucky rightly. Lying down it, she begins to recite some ritualistic notes on it, thinking, his soul may return back to him, and it may come alive, but it remains motionless. After a time, Tiffany's one more friend reaches there. Turning back, she finds that Chucky is not at its place. She had known that Chucky has come back into life. Here she binds her another friend so he may not take any action. Then Chucky comes on the scene. It chokes Tiffany's friend, placing a pillow on his face, who is dead at the exact time. Now Tiffany feels pleasure seeing Chucky because Chucky possessed the soul of that friend whom Tiffany was going to marry. Then she begins to converse with Chucky. She asks it, showing a marriage ring, "Can you recall it? I got it near your dead body." She found that marriage ring where her friend was dead. Hearing it, Chucky doll starts laughing loudly, which possessed Tiffany's friend's soul. It says, "I was not going to marry you at any cost." Knowing it, Tiffany is disheartened. She is infuriated, and she does not understand what she should do right now. She locks it into a playpen in order to cool her down. On the opposite side, a boy is shown who had come to pick up a girl named Jade for a party. Jesse was also with them, but Jade had strong feelings for Jesse, not for that boy. Jade's uncle stops them on the way. As they are driving away getting together, he says to Jade, "I had forbidden you to have his company." Saying it, he brings back Jade to the house. Contrarily, Jesse is very worried. His friend suggests to him, "You both may perform a court marriage, because both of you have a liking for each other. There is nothing wrong in it." Here it is also revealed that Jesse was the neighbor of Tiffany. It means he used to live in an adjoining house with her. Then it is shown that Tiffany brings a bride doll for Chucky. Realizing its loneliness in the playpen, she puts it into its playpen. Then she leaves to take shower and starts watching TV along with it. Then Chucky appears, who unlocks the playpen, taking the ring from the neck of the bride doll. It comes outside. He was in a fit of rage because Tiffany had locked it. He moves to Tiffany's lavatory to take revenge for It. It observes that Tiffany is in the bathtub. Getting a chance, it throws TV into the bathtub, picking It. It is evident that Tiffany is electrocuted with great pain. Chucky did not feel guilty, and it had brought with it the bride doll. It possessed no soul, but it wanted to transfer the soul of Tiffany into bride doll. It transfers Tiffany's soul into a bride doll while performing a ritual on Tiffany's dead body. Tiffany loses her temper after realizing that her soul has been shifted into bride doll. She is bewildered. Chucky says to her, "You should have listened to me. Remain with me now. What I do. If you want that our souls may transfer into human being, you will have to carry out what I suggest. For this, they will have to bring back the locket of that dead person whose soul was now in Chucky." Obviously, he was Tiffany's friend, but his dead body was buried at a great distance. Being little, they think that they cannot drive the car, so they need someone who could drive for the sake of them dropping there. Now they hit upon a plan, and Tiffany calls Jesse. She tells him there are 2 dolls which are needed to drop at a location, and he will be paid $1,000 by her, who dislikes ready money. So Jesse agrees. Jesse moves there in the evening time, and he places those 2 dolls in the vehicle of Tiffany. He was taking them, the inanimate dolls. He drives away from there. Then he goes to meet Jade on the way. He says to her, "I want to marry you, but your family does not consent. Why should we not flee?" Jade also agrees on his insistence. Now Jade moves inside her house for luggage packing. Jade's uncle was noticing everything and was not willing that he may take his niece with him. Then he covertly puts a bag of drugs in Jesse's vehicle. So police may arrest him on the way, but he was unaware that Chucky and Tiffany were also there, and they could bear witness. Driving away, There is a police officer according to Jade Uncle's plane.so. He may search out the drug, scrutinizing their vehicle, and he searches his hidden drug bag. He arrests them while alleging, now Chucky and Tiffany are infuriated as why are they disturbing our journey again and again, then they think he will also have to end. Now Jesse and Jade escape from there, and that police officer is also trying to contact Jade's uncle. Meanwhile, Chucky sets fire in his car secretly. He is dead from the explosion of his car. Then Jesse and Jade leave in that vehicle. They were thinking it was a mysterious journey. Both were unable to understand what was happening to them. Both were condemning each other, saying, "You are responsible for it." Then it is shown that they get wedded by going into a church. Now Chucky and Tiffany were also listening to the songs in the vehicle, and Tiffany also remembers how she wanted to marry him. Now Jade and Jesse stay in a hotel. A couple steals the payment of Jesse coming into their room. Tiffany had witnessed it. When they moved to their own room, Tiffany breaks off the ceiling glass of their room. Going there, the parts of that glass cause their sudden death, falling upon them. There was also Chucky. It is inspired by seeing Tiffany's way of killing. Here it thinks it should be its wife. Taking out the marriage ring, he puts that ring on her, and Tiffany starts to shed the tears of joy. They were also on a stay in a hotel with Jade and Jesse. On the opposite side, it is shown that Jade and Jesse were also puzzled because they were blaming themselves for all the happenings. They ask their friend while calling, "What is the matter?" He says that police officers are pursuing both of you. In the morning, the hotel keeper finds the dead bodies of that couple. All are afraid, and Jade and Jesse also leave that place. Their friend had also approached them. He says to them, "You both are right. You have a misunderstanding issue. As being husband and wife, trust on each other." Opening the trunk of the vehicle, their friend finds the dead body of Jade's uncle there. Taking his gun out, he points a gun on both of them in suspicion. He says, "Get off the vehicle." He was thinking that all murders have been committed by both of them together. Here Chucky and Tiffany begin to move. They open their reality. Seeing them, their friend flees from there, and a truck crushes him accidentally. He loses his life. Now Chucky says in fury, "Drive the vehicle immediately." Here Chucky and Tiffany reveal the whole story. Grabbing a recreational vehicle, they start their journey in it. There was also a kitchen in this vehicle, and Tiffany was cooking a meal for Chucky. There is a minute issue is created between them. Who will wash the pots of meal? They begin argumentation. Getting a chance, Tiffany locks Tiffany into the oven, coming there, and Jesse throws Chucky out the window. Chucky fires its gun on Jesse again. Vehicle's accident occurred due to its firing, but it remains safe. Now burnt Tiffany also attacks Jade, who had come from the oven, but Jesse brings it out instantly from there, and the vehicle exploded. Now Chucky brings them into a cemetery. He needed a locket which was buried in a grave with that dead body. On the other side, Jesse also reaches there, picking up Tiffany. He hands over Tiffany to Chucky, but Chucky says, "I don't need it at all." Now it attacks Jade with a knife, but Jesse is hurt because of it, and it fastened both of them. Here Chucky had got that locket. He starts to perform the ritual in order to transfer its soul into it. But Tiffany's heart is melted when she witnesses a love bond between Jesse and Jade. Now she did not want to separate or kill them. Moving towards Chucky, she stabs a knife on Chucky's back. It says to Chucky, "What is the use of our survival? We have no right to live." There is a great fight between them. Chucky stabs a knife at Tiffany, and poor Tiffany is dead. At the same time, Jesse pushes Chucky into the same grave. Police officers also arrive there, and they all begin continuous firing on Chucky. Chucky says before dying, "I will surely return back." Police officer says to Jesse and Jade, "You may now go to your house, because you are not guilty." Afterwards, he goes to Tiffany and sees that there is its lying baby near it. That baby was horrific and attacked that police officer, and the story also completes it. Thanks for watching.